Code, code, code. Thanks, John. Greetings. This is Jesse from Nintendo Dads with something different. In the last few weeks on the show, I talked about Advent of Code, which is a programming challenge, and we have Epsilon too. Thank you. Uh, this has been going on since Beat John's time. I hope so. This this is something that's been going on since like 2015, I think, but I've only learned about it last year thanks to John. And I had fun with it last year, so I thought I'd do it again. I'm not going to stream every day, but I figured I'd stream day one to help answer questions, or at least have a demonstration set up for if anyone else goes, what the hell is he talking about? I can point into this video and say, this is what this thing is. Normally day one starts easy. Sounds like there's a pretty tricky edge point based on the conversations I've been seeing. An edge case. We'll find out. I'll find out. I haven't looked at the question yet. I don't know what the problem is, and I'll kind of. But before I do it, I wanted to show my environment. I have this. This is something that I started. I started this last year and tweaked it to make it easy to migrate from day to day. So I have this called base.java, and I give it it's either unit or anything else that's not unit. Basically, a bit more like the production, because it'll give us a small sample size to work the problem out, and if we think we're good, then we run it on the big test size, and then based on, and then which day is it? Day one. What year is it? 2023. And then I have a directory structure, Advent data with the year. So I did last year's. I did a few of day one and day two from previous year as just as a test to make sure I remember how to do this. And then so far these are just last year's data. And then it's already got the base structure in to figure out which data file to use, unit or not, open it, read it, and then output it. So if I just run this now, it'll output the contents. John says, I need day two to happen to wipe the nasty taste from my mouth. I hated myself all day. Okay, I'm kind of looking forward to seeing, or kind of dreading now, both of what exactly you guys are talking about. Okay, so, let's open the problem. And I've got the same page opened up on a separate monitor here so I can, look at the problem and keep my code up. All right. Something's wrong with the global snow production, and you've been selected to take a look. The elves have been giving you a map on it. They've used stars to mark the top 50 locations that are likely to be having problems. You've been doing this long enough to know that to restore snow operations, you need to check all 50 stars by December 25th. Collect stars by solving puzzles. 2 puzzles will be available each day in the Advent calendar. The second puzzle is unlocked when you complete the first. Each puzzle grants 1 star. Good luck. You try to ask, why can't they just use a weather machine? Not powerful enough. And okay, will Jesse beat John's time? Magic 8 Ball says, leaning towards no. John says it'll be yes. Okay. Okay. Why did your map looks mostly blank? You sure ask a lot of questions. And hang on, did you just say the sky? Of course. Where do you think snow comes from? When you realize that the elves are already loading you into a trebuchet, please hold still. We need to strap you in. And in case you don't know what a trebuchet is, it gives you a link to the wiki page. And it's basically a large catapult. Okay, where am I? As they're making the final adjustments, they discover that their calibration document, your puzzle input, has been amended by a very young elf who was apparently just excited to show off her artistic skills. Consequently, the elves are having trouble reading the values on the document. The newly improved calibration document consists of lines of text. Each line originally contained a specific calibration value that the elves now need to recover. On each line, the calibration value can be found by combining the first digit and the last digit in that order to form a single 2-digit number. For example, okay, this is, so I'll triple click that, copy it, and put it into it opened up a notepad on my other display. So I saved it there. So if I run this now, we have 4 lines of code. In this example, the calibration values of these 4 lines are 1, 2, 3, 8, 1, 5, and 7, 7. Adding these together produces 142. Okay, so I need, okay, so not the first and last character, but the first and last number within a string. So I need to search for numbers from the left until I find one, search from the right until I find one, make them into a number, and then add them up. Okay, so what I'll do, so I'll copy base.java because I don't want to destroy that, and I'll call it day1a. Okay, so run this, make sure that still works. So I need to read each line. So okay, at this point, this is my loop. Line is a string contained, contains each of these. So I need to find the first number and the last number. If I knew, I can't think of the word now. Well, there's probably an easy way to do it. I don't know it, so I'm going to have to literally parse it char by char, character by character. So let's say string num equals blank. For every line, I want to create a new number. For length. So I want to parse this from 0 is the first byte. The length is the line.length is the length of it. So I want to go from 0 to that minus 1. That's why it's less, it's not equal. And then I just want to check, is this character a number? So we'll do car c equals I dot. Now I need to remember my string manipulations. No. This is already better than Rise of Kong. Substring. From I to I plus 1, because I only want 1 byte. Dot tocar. Will that work? No. See, what is it? Can't invoke substring on the primitive type. Oh, it's not I, it's line. Okay, that's easier. 2-car array. I want the ith byte of that. Now, if c is greater than or equal to 0 and c is less than or equal to 9, it is a character, so I want to keep it. So num plus equals c. So I'll just concatenate, I'll save that value into num, and then break the for loop. Now I want to do the same thing backwards. So for equals line.length minus 1, I is greater or equal to 0, I minus minus, or c equals line That's basically the same thing. The ith byte. So again, if it's a number, I want to save it and then break. So now that I'm at the now this presumes that there are two numbers. If we have bad data, this is probably going to be completely broken. But I'm just trusting that the data is good. So now that I have my two numbers in the string num, I want to convert that into a number and then save it to my score. So score plus equals integer dot plus equals parse int num. Okay, now if I did that right, it says the score should be 142. That's what I got. So now let's run this with. Okay, no, I have to download to begin. Get your puzzle input. So I want to save. How did I do that? Save link as day01, and then I'll. So now day01 is. I don't even know what it looks like. So this is why we unit test with a smaller case, because that's a lot to go through. So now if I run this, it says the answer should be 53,194. That is the right answer. Continue to part 2. Your calculation isn't quite right. It looks like some of the digits are actually spelled out with letters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 also count as valid digits. Equipped with this new information, you now need to find the real first and last digit on each line. For example, okay, so normally the part 2 test data is the same as part 1, as is the real data. But here we have a new set of data. Which now messes up my plan here. But okay, let's copy that into a new file. I'll call this B. I'll save that into a new file. I'll copy now my day01A into day01B, because I don't want to lose any of that, but I don't want to destroy my first one. And I'll call the test day B. That should then read. Okay, I didn't read it. What did I do wrong? Day. Oh. Uh, oh. Okay. No, okay. I think it was right the first time. That would work. But okay. So yeah, this is what I was talking about. It breaks on input, but what's broken here? What's input? I have a blank parse int, but that should be like an 11. But in all right, okay. Now I need to think about how I want to do this. Uh, in my parsing, I also have to check if it's a word. So let me get a text document up here and just type out the words so I know what I'm looking at. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Is it 0 is not included, right? Not 0. I don't have to worry about that. Okay. So the first byte, if O is length 3, first byte is 2T. It could be 3 or 5. First byte of 4 can be length of 4, but it's still 4 or 5. S, it would be 3 or 5. E must be 5. N must be 4. So if I check, that's going left to right. Now I'm going to have to do something similar going right to left. But let me worry about the right to left to right first. Yeah. The real part 2 data is the same as part 1, but the unit testing is different. Because it only gave me 4 lines before. Now I have... Wait. Okay. I noticed the last one has 16. But, okay, so apparently I'm supposed to ignore that and only assume it's a 6. So it's 2, 9, 8, 3. Okay, so that makes... All right. So that's but not as bad as I thought. All right, where's my IDE? So I'm still confused why this didn't think it's an 11. Let me look at that first. Let's do some debugging real quick before, let's put a, okay, debug. All right, and I and line. So C, yeah, I'll put num here too. So C should be T. Where's my step? Is this my step through? It's been a while since I've used this. There it is. So C should be T. That should be false. Now C is W. Oh, now it's... Wait, what? Why is I in... No, that is positive. I have a smudge on my screen. That's what it looks like they get a 3. So this should be now true. Num is now 1. And that breaks. Now this goes until it finds the 1. That breaks. Now it's supposed to parse that. Okay, it does. Oh, okay. So line 1 was successful. It's line 2 that fails because there is no numeric digit. Okay, that makes sense why now that fails with a null. I'm okay. I'm happy now. Okay, now Now I need to not only detect the leftmost digit, but leftmost numeric word. So we already have the value C. So let's say else C is equal to O. So I want to check the next 3 bytes. So let's say I'm going to say and I plus 3 is less than the line dot length. I don't want to overflow with my substring. So this will protect against that. So if line dot substring of I to I plus 3 equals 1, then num plus equal to 1 break. So I'm gonna. This is a gross way to do it, but I'm gonna do this for each of the possible checks. Else if C is T and I plus 5 if substring I to I plus 3 equals 2, else if line dot substring I plus 5 equals 3. Okay. I'm going to test this because this should be enough to detect the 2. So let's stop the debug and run a new debug. C is a T. It's not a number. It's not O. It is T. So it goes in, checks if it's 2. It is, and sets. Okay, so that's working. Now we need to do 4 and 5. Okay. So now 6 and 7. Let's just okay, something went wrong there with because it's not N, it's num. So now if we're looking for S, we'll check for 5. That's 3, 6, 5. Rise of John Kang. 7. Okay, let's have 2 more to go. if it's E and length of 5, 8, and if it's N, length of 4, 9. All right. Now I need to do the same thing, but from the right. So if it ends in E, length of 3, length of 5, length of 4, to be 1, 3, 5, or 9. If it ends in O, length of 3, or 2, length ends in R, length of 4 for the 4, ends in X, length of 3 for the 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 and 8's all that's left. N for the 7, and T for the 8. So, John, is this kind of the logic you were thinking, or or did you go a different route? All right, let's start off by copying. You went down a really dark path. All right. So, oh, that's not what I want. I want that. Okay. So if this is from going from the right, going left. So now let's start with E and I minus. I don't care. I don't think I like how I did the 3 and 5. I might have to split those up into 2 separate ones. Let me do that now. So let's call it that 3. And there's oh, stop it. That's where I want the else. So there, I've got. Cause I have a feeling that that would have broken something. So I'll just split that up into 2, and I have to do this one more. Okay, these are fine because it's the same length, but I have to break it up here again. If equals S and I plus 5. Right, so S length 3 is 6, S length 5 is 7. All right, so I think that's cleaner. Now I have to do the same thing here. So, so if I is the E in 1, I need to go back 2. So from I minus 3 to I minus 2 to I. And this would need to be greater than or equal to 0. Now I've got to do this for all the cases. Next, if it's 5, 4, that will be for 3. This was 4, 3, 5. And 9. What's that? Yeah, that belongs to the 4. Okay, so 4 out of 9 done. 5 more to go, and these are just simpler ones. So let's just copy that again. O, length of 3, 2. Missed a bracket, so let's copy that. 1, 2, 3, 4 more. Okay. Now this is R, length of 4, 4. X, length of 3, 6. N, length of 5, 7. And T, length of 5, for 8. All right. Let's run this through a trace first, just to see if it's doing what I want. So for line 1, it should find 2 and 9. And we know it found the 2. It found the 2 the first time. So now it's starting from the end, looking for the 9. C equals E. And there it is. It's crap. It missed something. So I need to. Okay, let's start that again and try to figure out what it missed. I'm trying to work code while I watch this, and it's stressing me out again. PTSD from your mission, or is it work stuff that's stressing you out? Okay. PTSD. All right. So let's. All right. So I is 7. C is an E. This is false. So if C equals to E, that's true. And 7 minus 3 is 4. Okay, that should be true. So it should go in there. Okay. So let's do. So I minus 2 is 5. Line dot substring from 5 to 7 is in. So I missed. So I need to. Okay, so I just need to go. So I want that to be 3, 5, 4, 4, 3. 5. I just need to back it up one more. Okay, let's try that again. Okay. So now I want this. I want to check if I equals 3 is now 4. 4, 7. Okay, so I lost the E. Wait, no. Yeah, crap. I was right the first time. But so okay, I know. So let's undo that change. Those were right, but I need to do I plus 1 for all of these. Because the string lost the E in the search. Okay. Try that one more time. I don't program in Java, so it's nice to see it done in a different language. Same as when I saw you work on it in Swift, John. What language do you use, Brad? Okay. So C equals E. So now we're back to C sharp. Okay. I took a C sharp class when I did my undergrad like 13, 14 years ago, and it was a weird language. I did not like it. All right, so from 5 to 8 is INE. So that should be false. So it should then go. Why did it go to the top? Oh, I know why I went to the top. Because this was true, so all this other stuff got skipped. So I need to change that to one if statement. And I'm gonna have to do this for all of them. But here, let me sanity check this with a debug first. It should at least find the 9 now, or well, no, it's not going to find the 9, but it should. I don't remember what order I did it in. Let me see if it at least does what I expect it to do. I completely blinked. Okay, so now that's false, so we should go to the next check, and that's true, so it goes in here, but that's false. Okay, so I think this is working the way I want. I just have to do this now for all of the others. And that, and that, which means I'm going to have to Now I have to see. If I have to do the same thing above. I don't know if I might. I think I will just to be safe and consistent with the logic. It's got two more to go. Okay, I'm gonna have to do this twice because I can't see. Okay, I think the rest I've already broken up, so should. Okay, one syntax left. What's wrong with that? Oh, there it is. Okay, now let's do a debug again to see if I get the right value. I'm expecting 2.9. Swift is a super modern language that is completely incapable of string manipulation. Okay, so C equals E. It's not a number. Not 1. It's not 3. I need to fix that. That should be 5. I'll get. Okay, so this should be true. It finds the 9. Break. Scores 29. Output line. Reads the next line, which is now 8 and 3. It finds the 8. It finds the 3. Output. Okay. So let's fix this. This should be a 5. All right, let's run it. We should get an answer of 281. I do. Now let's run it with the real data. I get 53,743. That is not the right answer. My answer is too low. Oh, here you go, John. This. Okay. NKCSS looks like I tuned in at a good time. Okay. This feels familiar. How's it going? Going good up until now. All right. So the problem is now I need to find out which line is messed up. Feel free to call me Nick. The acronym is a bit of a tongue twister. Okay, thanks, Nick. All right. So I, in my output, I want to include the value of num. Okay, now we got to find out what which line of these is failing, and there's a crap ton of lines. So, uh, okay, this isn't even the entire output. The entire line isn't showing. So how am I going to do this? Okay, let's. Oh no, that is the start of it. Okay, 4, 4, 3, 1. I guess this is supposed to be 6, 6 because there's no other numbers. 7, 9. Lots of things can go wrong here. You have lots of things related to the literals, like 7. You manually specify the last letter in the length, and okay. So I just want to make sure my lengths are right. So it's 3, 3, so it's I minus 2. Length of 5. Length of 4. Length of 4. Length of 3. Length of 4. Length of 3. Length of 5, 5. Oh! Oh, thank you. That made things. I forgot to change those. Thank. Okay, that was the right answer. Thank you. Okay. That ideally for finishes like this, you. Yeah, I see what you mean. But yeah, deriving them from a data pair. So yeah, so I had the right idea. I just only messed up two lines of code. So thanks, Nick. So see, let's look at what stats. So 85,000 people solved both of them, and only 40,000 people solved half of it. Uh, Personal times. So it took me. Look, I say us again. Thanks, Nick. But 37 minutes to do part two. Part two is the hardest part two for a day one ever. I think. Yeah, that was definitely was strange. So so for you, if you are a coder and interested in doing this, just Advent outofcode.com. Just make an account and you can do this. If we have a private leaderboard of our so how did you fix what are you talking about, episode? If if yeah, TWOONE should be 1-1. No, it would be two. No, it would be 2-1. This share and O. That's fine. I didn't even notice that. But yeah, okay. So anyway, I was back to what I was saying. If we have a community private leaderboard, I can bring that up. So I am now the fourth person because the here sort of is giving us points based on how fast we solve it. Of course, Blanco did it uh, at midnight, and I didn't do it until now. So we kind of don't pay attention to the score. But if we change our ordering to stars, this is more important to us. Everyone's got 2 stars because everyone solved both parts. So if you want to be part of this leaderboard, we have a Discord room called N0ntendo. Look at the pinned comment. The code is there. In fact, you probably saw it on the screen in the video. Rewind it a few seconds, you'll see it. Okay, I'll show you the leaderboard code and paste it in the chat. See, private leaderboard. All right, I'll put this in the chat. Thank you, Nick. So again, I probably won't stream other days, but this was meant to be a demo to show the type of problems that they will ask us and how I solve it. And I still have all my code from last year. Here, I didn't. I probably got half. See events. Yeah, I only got 28 stars last year. Uh, so I did 11 days until I failed. I failed day 12, and then I got a day 14, and then I only got half of 17, 21, 22, and 25. And it looks like John has died at this point. But I kept on trying. So yeah, even if you don't do a day, you can still do the next day on the next day. New days open up midnight Eastern. If I go to events in the current year, there's a countdown timer showing when the next puzzle opens. So right now it's a little more than 7 hours. It doesn't even look like a valid join code. Weird. I literally copied it. See what's personal times. Oh yeah, I literally copied it and pasted it. I didn't. 24. It starts with 244. I pasted it again. Hopefully you can get in. It won't let you join. Weird. That is weird. Well, we can always generate a new code, and I'll put that in the chat, and I'll update the pinned comment. Let's see if this does anything. This is now the new join code. Let's see if that works. Okay, you're in. All right, so yeah, I'll update the pin in the Discord so other people can get the updated value from there. Okay, my son just texted me with the first word of F word. So yeah, you're number two. Yeah, you solved it in the morning. After Blanco, before the next guy. All right, so okay, my son's trying to buy a Nintendo 64 and from a vintage stock, and they're all sold out. Okay, so if you have any other questions, leave a comment. Again, I streamed this to both YouTube and Twitch. Looks like everyone I'm chatting with is from YouTube. So, go to the YouTube video, post a comment, and I'll try to answer it. Or if you're on our Discord, leave a message there. You, oh, you're GMT +1. So yeah, okay, that makes sense. I am not doing a different language every day. I don't know that many languages. I am sticking with Java. All right, so I'm going to end the stream. Thanks for watching. Nick, again, thanks for helping. Well, that was just a stupid bug. So I'm going to go back and watch John's video to see what type of mental breakdown he goes through. Yeah, and yeah, sub to Patreon or Twitch to get access to Discord. Correct. Okay. Okay. Thanks again for watching. I'll talk to you later.